And Martin, I'm just going to go ahead and assume you're moving off of heroic, but we'll get back to that after this match because the plane is in the air. It's time for our penultimate match of the day with your casters, Matchroom and the Cammy D.
Cammy, look at all of those fairway fans. Only whenever it's good do they like Oath and heroic. Oath is still in third, Froz. That's pretty good. I mean, it's not KPI right now, but it's good.
And it's Erangel, right? Oath have had some, strung together some amazing games on Erangel before. Granted, that was quite a while ago, actually. The whole 3 Erangel wins in a row hasn't happened in a while, but still, it's Oath, right? If there is a team that I'd be confident to overtake that gap between the top 2 and then everyone else, despite Ghibli and KPI consistently performing very, very well, Oath has definitely got to be in that conversation. However, on this game, maybe not so much because already you could see them go to their secondary drop based off of this plane path.
But VP also making the push into Zarky.
Looks
go. Like we're not going to see the hot drop going.
We did it, guys. We did it.
It's finally happening. And going to Zarky. I mean, Zarky's got some strength to it. Got plenty of loot to be had. I think this is a smart call. I mean, there is still opportunity. Sure, it's only 2 games left, but there is a lot to be said about just making sure you can make it in the later stages of the game, getting a feel for how the teams fight, how the maneuverability comes into play. That sets you up very well for whenever you qualify, if you qualify for the next week, and the action that's going to be in here, because we are seeing a lot of consistency coming in from these teams, most notably teams like Oath. And hey, look, the circle even favors this area. I mean, it's probably not going Zarky's side, it's probably going Everest's side, but still, it gives out it. And we're getting a replay here, so I don't feel good.
I know what this is a replay of. I know exactly what this is a replay of.
Yep, I do too.
They're going to be clown carring it in again. Like 17, they did good dealing with their corners, with their flanks. They got Gen G taken out of the lobby just before this, but they're all rolling up in one vehicle, and this is why it's such a risk. Renba knows what's happening. He's in position. The grenade is perfect. It's perfect.
Look at it. Look at it. And the vehicle flips over, just destroys a 3-for-1 nade. And look at the damn, just like 2 HP is left on the last member, and Quick follows up. That's that's just beautiful.
The exact same idea, and that sort of defeats the purpose. But Ghibli, they're going to continue to wrap. They're making 180-degree rotation at that point.
No.
Oh no, still is a great angle, great weapon.
That is not the approach you wanted to go with, 17. 2 members already down. I mean, 17, they just did a great job holding out against Fury. But you can see the latecomers into this circle, just so few options, and now just trying to send it around the fields. And KPI looks like they're trying to regroup just a little bit more. KPI is in the center of the zone right now, but it's this hillside. This is going to be where so much of the action is hinged upon. Most notably where we see Multi-Circle Gaming now coming in as well. Team Liquid, both these teams trying to vie for one of the few positions still left. Kanaxi trying to survive, but it's going to be SSG that just comes in very fast and says, hey, this is one of the few spots that's still available, so we're going to take it. Comes in, manages to take them down. Now, the question mounts. On the outside of this clip, way out in the distance of it, is going to get vision on the Evilly, does get the knock onto him. Multi-Circle Gaming not having to contend with hot drops this time around, but are going to have to contend with a very beautiful position coming out from Team Liquid to just make it to where they have so few options how to move into the circle. And Gen G, where have you been? Now coming in, putting in work on TSM. Where has this been all week?
It was only a matter of time. We knew how strong this team was. And they kneecapped TSM as they're trying to leave the plane crash area that they were controlling a few phases ago. 2 members remaining for TSM. It looks like they're going to try and follow up on their teammates' positions. But look at the spread that Gen G have. They're going to have all of the angles, and then Pio pushing down even further. Penta and Luke are going to have to pull out some amazing tactics to break into this one.
Okay, so KPI repositioned away from ENCE. Buram God Meow managed to get away from his, I guess, bridge troll position that he was in. Spots out EB is going to be able to get him down and flushed. EB was holding a very strong position to support his teams at range, but he was kind of alone on his own independent island right there. A solo just managed to come up and snag it away. TSM, though, very caught up and wanting to harass with what's going on. KPI also kind of close to this position. Might get some awareness of what's happening. PO is down based off the shots coming out from Luke 12. Now Ashura trying to get vision into it, but gets spotted out by Penta. Good set of plays coming out between the 2 of them, and that's now 2 members down for Gen G. Penta getting a read on the grenade toss coming in. KPI now aware of what's going on in this firefight, coming into Pincer right in between Gen G. So now one of the members coming up from Team Liquid getting a little bit more control into it, but Gen G's Xenox, last one up for his squad, trying to survive. TSM on one side of it, and you can see there's going to be the push coming in from KPI on the other. Minimal options to work with as KPI is going to be able to pick up with TSM. But now Oath coming in back behind TSM. There is no safe place to be in the north as everybody is just getting involved in this firefight.
KPI, great awareness. Great opportunity there. Taken to take out Genji as well as TSM, and they lost Emmy. Capitan has also been knocked because, as you mentioned, the pressure from multiple angles. If they can get the revive, they can try and push in, but we have Virtus Pro that seem to be extending from their compound, and then Ghibli, Adder, and Spear still alive. Only one kill, but Danawal might not be aware at all of their presence. But back here into Virtus Pro, they're going to be trying to climb up. Nope. I did want to see this. I want to see this fight because Danawal was so focused on Virtus Pro that Ghibli could be here to completely destroy their game plan, and that's one, but that does give away at least Adder's position.
So now it's just getting to the point where somebody is going to see somebody else at every single step of this circle. There's just not enough cover to be had. Ghibli has minimal options on how they're going to handle what's going on with Danawal. They did get it down, but it's very problematic for them to have to deal with. As well, you can see Lou coming up from VP, not wanting to be prone in this game, moving up and into the action as Ghibli does get taken down. And it looks like KPI is where the sights have been set for Virtus Pro. No! Oh, Liquid tries to make it into the zone as well, and that does not work. Oath using the opportunity of what KPI and VP's fight is to just try to navigate, sneak right back in behind what's going on, and KPI doesn't want to have anything to do with this fight. Jumping into a vehicle, Sills and Near on no life, just trying to get away as he realized that was not the place to be, as there was just too many people vying for that spot.
When it's a full-strength Virtus Pro and then Oath on the other side of it, I don't blame Silzen for wanting to get out of that situation. And now Virtus Pro, they might have the angles onto Oath, despite Oath being in the more defensible position in terms of where the barrier, where the zone is. But they don't have a lot to play around outside of a few vehicles. Let's see what Virtus Pro want to do. GNL are also eliminated in the meantime. Teams getting fewer and fewer as time passes. And there aren't that many places to play in this. So many teams are playing around the edge. It is only ENCE that's actually in the center. And they're trying to establish some control, but Oath's rotate here could throw a wrench in that.
Yeah, I mean, the reposition here is so difficult to make, but at least one of the members for Oath getting a little bit of a spot, but Squeaky's got the angle to work with. Two members already down from Oath. The sacrifice play coming in as there were a few options, but at least do manage to get some along the hillside. Grenades already coming up. Minimal ways that they can handle what's going on. Should be noted, SSG does come back behind this, and so now ENCE having to contest with two different points as the circle is getting close to popping off. I wouldn't be surprised if some part of this hillside fight is going to maintain inside of this action, but you can see Heroic caught up in the fight with Dano on the outside, as well as Silzen putting in some work, getting another kill to work with, but Virtus Pro now pushing into Oath's position. Snaker's trying to put in something, does get the down and the flush onto Perfectix, but now ENCE coming in back behind this one as SSG is coming in back behind them. It is just time and time again a firefight no matter where you look.
Oath are eliminated. Virtus Pro, now what they can do, words, Jesus, whoa, it's all chaos, as you said. What can Virtus Pro do now that Oath have been removed from that wedge position? And ENCE are now focused onto SSG. A Soul Spray comes out, but Silzen wins that fight. KPI, they've taken first spot because of placements as well as that kill. Can Silzen stay alive for any more placement points after this? And just judging by Heroic and ENCE and SSG all crashing in together, I think it's looking good for Silzen. One goes down for Sharp Shot already.
I mean, it's just another pinch play coming in across this hillside. Heroic comes in, does manage to take down Space Station Gaming, but now ENCE with the counterflank that they were trying to set up for Space Station Gaming just a moment ago, coming in, making it look easy. Two members down for Heroic already. Just one trying to lean into a little bit of cover, but there you go. At range, it's going to come through, and so ENCE can move forward. They get control over the south. To the north, it's going to be VP and Silzen, the last one up for his squad.
Yeah, Silzen should know.
Right, and might deny a little bit of vision from ENCE and where they're lined up at, but now VP starting to get some vision on it as well. Two different angles and only trees to cover. Silzen's not going to be long for this world, but he is managing to make it and does get into the safe zone. Are you kidding me?
This is huge, but it looks like Virtus Pro are trying to sniff him out as well. And of course, run along this angle, try and get that position. Has two frag grenades. Might want to save them for the fight against Virtus Pro if he finds an angle with the weapon. Yes, that's all that's needed, but still a solid run by KPI. Good sort of hold onto the round by Silzen there at the end, but Squeaky's flank has been punished. Virtus Pro now found the opening. The circle goes in ENCE's direction, but Virtus Pro can utilize his man advantage now to try and win the game. Look at what happens with Virtus Pro when they don't hot drop.
Hey, in a strong position now, already getting vision on what's going on. Now has the numbers advantage. Got to give the heart going out to everybody on KPI, fighting to the last possible second. But the cost of them doing that means that ENCE lost one of their members.
Smoke comes out to allow Lou to get in because he still needs to make a couple of more steps to get inside the circle, and I think Diggory's angle is the one keeping him out. But yes, the smoke wall's coming on in. He's going to be able to group up. But this grenade, oh, it's a double grenade. They're all bombing in on the same spot. They know that Petulance is here. He uses the tree to block the majority of damage. But more utility is coming out from ENCE.
Oh, tries to step away from it, but it's going to connect. So now down to a 2v2. Petulance is still alive, but can at least maybe get some information. Tixu makes a play for the rock down below this. I'm not sure if we can see that VP got an idea on what's going on with everything that's happening in it. Diggory getting a little bit more vision. Oh my God, VP, you got so close yet again, but it's going to be ENCE finding the angles to work with. Somehow, still in the open, Lou doesn't connect into those shots. That was a key spray that he needed to hit. Tixu still trying to make sure they can get this. Diggory playing this one aggressive. You can see just walking through the down members, just trying to see if he can connect it to anything. Down just trying to commit into the res. VP knows the fact that they need to get the numbers back into their favor, but it's going to be ENCE finding the opportunities. The res does pop out, but I don't think that there's enough time. Diggory just popping off, spots out one of them. He goes down in the exchange, and there you go. It is going to be VP narrowly surviving at the end.
Oh, ENCE are gonna be kicking themselves with that push. One of the players is on 10 HP. They knew where they were. The revive had just happened. But the spray from Lou was there. This VP are blessing the stars because that was their game to lose, but Petulance got figured out, stolen out, and then that spray at range as well onto Perfectix, I believe it was, from ENCE was absolutely sick. But the coin flip at the very end, despite one side being weighted for ENCE, VP came out on top.
I mean, it was just back and forth there at the end. Both teams knowing exactly where the other ones were. So it's all about the technical display. The reposition coming out from ENCE looked like it was going to pay off so big, but VP finally getting points on the board, I know is going to make the desk so happy.
A few minutes ago, they were Virtus owned. Now they're